right, Green Bay Packers built the ass on the Detroit Lions, and I don't think anybody is surprised by that. Lions historically start off slow. There was a lot of questions about the coordinators. A lot of questions about the pass rush. But I think the one thing that actually stood out the most was how horrific the interior of that offensive line was. I mean, Mahogany, Graham Glasgow was horrible. Tate Ratledge was a rookie. And I think to start this video up, I think for the betterment of the team, there was a reason why when Glasgow was a center, they drafted Frank Ragnow. I think the first adjustment they should make is just let Tate Ratledge play center. I would let Tate Ratledge play center. There's no point of going backwards with Graham Glasgow. I would let Tate Ratledge play center. At least there's a ceiling there. At least he can get better and better and better as a center. I would just move Tate to center. It would go from there. Glasgow back to right guard, left guard, keep Mahogany, and I do that. The tackles, they did what they're supposed to do, but interiorly, I think that's the first adjustment that we probably need to talk about making is that offensive line and the inside was horrible. It was terrible. They couldn't get no push up the middle. And that had nothing to do with Ben Johnson. Ragnar leaving and then also, Jonah Hill leaving and Seifert leaving. So they lost a lot. So, and obviously continuity amongst the offensive line is key. I think that's the biggest thing that stood out to me first and foremost was how bad the offensive line was. Therefore, John Morton couldn't do anything. And the offensive line just takes continuity. You were replacing one guy last year in Jonah Hill with Kevin Seifert. All right. This year, you move Glasgow to back to center, so that's one. That's still a move. And then you putting a rookie in and Tate Ratledge, that's two. Mahogany was there towards the end last year, but, so that's the thing that stuck out to me. And then secondly, obviously the defense, no pressure. I mean, it wasn't no surprise. None of their defensive tackles are pressure-oriented. Talik Williams, DJ Reader, Roy Lopez, whoever was playing today, none of those guys is known to get pressure. And then the two guys that you counted on to get pressure, and you only have three edges active because I guess Pat O'Connor identifies as an interior lineman. The three guys you wanted to get you needed to get pressure, they both was coming off injury, so you had to understand there was going to be some rust, and it's a lot of rust, and there's a lot of in the back of their mind. Remember, the Lions don't play their starters in preseason, so Hutchinson really ain't been in live action. He was non-existent. So think about it. Three guys you had active: Al Quaid, Muhammad, Aiden Hutchinson. They combined for nothing. You put Marcus Davenport in there. He got three total tackles, 2 tackles for loss. They didn't register a sack. I think Pat O'Connor registered the only pressure that I fucking seen, really. So when you look at it, the three guys you had, three guys you had active, but two of them, they did absolutely nothing. Right? Therefore, if you got no pressure, and there's nothing you can do on the back end, and people was talking about that play that, Terrion Arnold, blew for the deep pass. He got picked. That was an illegal pick. That was an illegal pick. I think most people didn't recognize that. Some other guy showed the picture. That was an illegal pick. So a lot of people, the first thing they're gonna say is, well, no Ben Johnson, they suck. But I mean, guess what? They didn't have much talent out there regardless. Even without Aaron Glenn as well, too. They didn't have much talent regardless. So both the guys you was counting on to get pressures, I think it eluded everybody. They were coming off major injuries. And they only had 3 active at edge. Then you didn't have your second best pass rusher, which was Aleem McNeil. So no, not going out there, not going out there and getting any help. That hurt him. That hurt him. So I mean, but at the end of the day, and I'll show you the Aleem McNeil thing in a minute. I mean the Terrion Arnold thing in a minute. And then, another thing that stuck out for weeks is talk about the game. Another thing that stuck out to me was Terrion Arnold go down again. I mean, Terrion Arnold came to this team already injury prone, right? So Terrion went down again with an injury. It's like, golly, he was injured all last season, injured this season, already with a groin injury. It's like, but the play he got burnt on. I'm gonna put it on the screen because somebody shared it on X. So he got picked. So that's why old boy was able to burn him. So he got picked on that play. But as far as the overall game, they look bad. They look bad. And historically, they do start off slow, couldn't run the ball. Having 40 pass attempts and only 225. The pick was bad. That was because of Michael Park. 4 sacks to none. And all this is Brown's fault. He said that he didn't address the pass rusher, knowing you going against a murder's road. This at least on the bottom half of the quarterbacks you're going to face. You got Burrow coming up. You got Daniels. I think, and I said it before, I wouldn't be surprised to see them at the top of the draft next year. I think, honestly, the window's closed. The window is closed. You're going to see real quick, fast, and hurry. The Lions are done. When they didn't win versus San Francisco, that was really the window being closed. The window's closed. So it's over with. I think it's over with. I think they price gouged. They shot up all those prices. Oh, excuse me. They shot up all those prices, and a lot of people going to be, forced to go downtown because they bought those tickets. There's nothing good going to come out this season. They won't be a playoff team. They will be a bottom and a half team. They will be a team that, and especially if Ben Johnson, Chicago win tomorrow night, Monday night. Oh, my God. You ain't going to hear the end of it. It's over with. But I knew that coming in. I don't make predictions, but I didn't. I just too many holes. And then you had them start off with Brian Branch being a fucking idiot. Then you had the hole that took the pick back. So, Rob Parker was right. This shit is over with. They had their small window, and I another video I'll see tomorrow about Davenport in the defensive line. But I said it in that video. I said it before, and I say it again. All right, is they cheap. They are cheap. They was cheap. They didn't want to go out there and spend money on a defensive end or a couple of them. They are cheap. But other than that, it wasn't nothing to write home about Jordan Love. He did enough to win this game in the first half, the first quarter. Josh Jacobs, they stopped them all game long. At the end, the defensive line got tired. The Lions didn't do nothing. Montgomery, Gibbs, Goff, none of these guys did nothing. They got the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs 10 times through the air, 31 yards. Tesla had the big, phenomenal catch at the end. Other than that, no sacks, a couple tackles for loss. They had, 1.5 sacks from Rashad Gary, 0.5 from Lucas Van Ness. Devontae Wyatt had a sack. Micah Parsons opened up, got a sack, forced another interception inside the red zone. The Lions are done. They had their time. They had their little moment. When they didn't capitalize that in San Francisco, that was it. And, his ability and Brad Holmes to find the most injury-prone players is always been biting them in the ass. And Lord Jesus Christ, if Chicago looks good tomorrow, now the Jets should have won today. They didn't. Aaron Rodgers went cray, and Aaron Glenn and them didn't win. But I'll tell you this: if the Jets, I mean, if the Giants, I'm shit, the Bears win tomorrow, it's over with. You can put, if the Bears look good tomorrow and they win, you can put a fork in it. Now, as far as the play calls, I don't have an issue with Calvin Shepard dropping Aiden Hutchinson on the play. It didn't matter. He got the same amount of pressure dropping in coverage that he did with his hand in the dirt today. He was horrible. And rightfully so. He's coming off a major injury. So it is what it is. So as far as some of his play calling, this man-to-man, not getting no pressure, they better stop running man-to-man so much. Just mix it up. Mix it up. I don't see what's wrong with that. Mix it up. But they're predictable. They're a man-to-man team. It's So I mean, they're doing this over with. I mean, the Lions ain't never win no Super Bowl. So if y'all keep holding out hopes, allowing them to spike those ticket prices all the way up, you know what I'm saying? It's over with. They ain't gonna never win shit as long as the four is on them. They cheat. But as far as his play calls and Calvin Shepard, I mean, he wasn't getting no pressure. So he calling plays like he getting pressure. That's what I would think. Then he was a little bit more. He got impatient and he started calling blitzes. Offensively, that was my concern. They can't run the football. He didn't bring his own run scheme in. He was still too busy talking about explosive plays and throwing the ball through the air. It was terrible. But hey, it is what it is. Hope y'all didn't buy no season tickets. Hope y'all didn't pre-buy no tickets neither. Don't never trust these motherfucking Lions. I'll tell you why the Force on them, they lost. They absolutely lost. Because they were cheap. So Dan Campbell said he felt Green Bay did a good job taking away stuff over the top. Felt Goff stayed patient throughout his shots. Wouldn't eventually be available, but that's the nature of it. No. I don't know, man. That's what he said. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video files on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. The whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere there. Peace.